What up, YouTube people? So I'm doing another project and I thought I'd make another video on drop shackles. I'm working on a 1991 Silverado, so I'm kind of turning it into like a 454 SS Silverado replica type of a thing. You don't want it super high, so got done with the fuel system and stuff and making the modifications and stuff on that for my carburetor swap. It's gonna have an engine swap and stuff in it, but so I got one side done, but I kind of want to show you guys what I did. This is the fast, easy way to do drop shackles. First thing I would suggest, pretty much no matter what truck you're working on, take your truck box off. It takes like a half hour and it's going to save you a lot of time. Secondly, you know, have the right equipment. You're going to need a engine hoist if you do it this way, some sort of a torque wrench, you know, or a impact wrench, I'm sorry, something like that, and most importantly, one of these. If you don't have one of these, get one. They'll save you and stuff with taking out old bolts and whatnot. So I'm gonna show you guys the fast, easy way to do this. I've seen some other ways using like pinching lifts and stuff in between the springs, and a couple other ways just don't really seem that safe, so I figured I'd make a better video and kind of show you guys how to do it. I got one ready. It's right here. You can see right there is the new one, right there is the old one. See, so you can see the difference. I mean, it's going to drop it a couple inches, but I'll show you guys the other side and kind of how to do it. All right, so I got the nuts off already. This bolt right here is pretty loose, actually, surprisingly, but that bottom one is just really tight. It was tight on the other side too. So the first thing you're gonna do, take your truck bed off. That's gonna expose all this stuff up. Some people take the bumper off, but I don't really think you need to do that. Next, get your engine hoist and hook it up to your frame. There's a bunch of spots you can hook it up on, like right here. I hooked it up right in between this bumper and where it attaches to the frame. I tried it up here first, but it started to move it and bend it a little bit, so I figured I'd hook it down here. It doesn't have a whole lot of weight on it, but it's got enough to where, you know, it might damage it, so I hooked it up down there. So basically what you're going to want to do, you're going to use your engine hoist to take the weight off of the shackle. So you're going to jack it up a little bit, basically just until it hooks and gets the weight off. So this is a 2-ton engine hoist, and it's probably only taking maybe 100 pounds or 500 pounds or so of weight. So basically when you push on it, it's not really going to move or anything. That's going to loosen up your bolts and get them to where they'll slide out a little bit more easily, I guess. Secondly, the thing you're going to run into when swapping this out, you can see this doesn't clear right here. You know, they put them in, they say to put them in the bolt going this way. I don't know why they say that, but I guess that's the way we'll reinstall it. I don't really get why they say that, but also another thing you're going to need is go ahead and you're going to damage these bolts pounding them out, the threads. So go pick up some grade 8 bolts from your hardware store. You're going to need replacement ones. So these are 9/16, and yeah, I mean, they'll save you in the long run. You're going to need them either way because you're going to damage these bolts more than likely pounding them out. The threads are going to get damaged. So once you go ahead and get this jacked up a little bit and get the tension off of it, the next thing you're going to do is take your trusty torch and burn the living crap out of this. Literally just light it on fire and get the bolt super hot to loosen it up. That's going to break up all the rust and stuff down there because these things just do not want to come off. So literally light the rubber bushings in there on fire and get them to loosen up a little bit. You're not going to need those anyway. I mean, those are on the old ones, and it helps a lot with loosening these things up. Next thing you're going to need is your hammer. And also, I mean, as you guys, I'm sure you guys know, be careful. These leaf springs are under tension, so, you know, do this at your own risk and be careful. I mean, they're going to come up a little bit when you knock the bolt out. So next thing you're gonna do once you loosen that up a bit, literally just smack the living crap out of it. So there you go. I mean, as you can see, you really got to hammer on that thing to get it to even move. And that was after I already hit this thing for a minute before I made this video. So that bottom one's definitely tight. So I got to run and grab another tool, and then I'll show you guys what to do next. All right, so the next thing you're gonna need, I don't know what they call this thing, but it helps with hammering bolts and stuff like that out that are stuck. So, you know, it's just a little tapered rod basically. And you're gonna put that on the end of that bolt like that and hammer it. And that will drive that the rest of the way out. And also this, basically as it slides in, will keep the leaf spring from popping up super fast. Because this kind of is like replacing the bolt. So then you can slowly wiggle this out and the leaf spring will lift up slowly. So I can't really film and do that, so I'll do it and then I'll show you guys what to do next. Alright, so that took me a little bit longer than I thought, about 20 minutes, and I drenched it in some penetrating oil to get the bolt to come out. But yeah, I really had to smack on it, so as you guys can see, it's getting dark. But anyway, I got the bolt out. It just dropped out the back side, and I hammered this rod all the way through there. So now what you got to do is slowly wiggle the rod out and make sure your engine hoist is taking the weight off of the vehicle. Just enough to where it's lifting the frame up for you. And then slowly pull the rod out. And then there you go. It pops up high enough to where you can now get this bolt that was blocked by the rail out. So you just got to hammer that one out. That one's usually a little bit easier. My famous last words, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to pound that one out too. So I'll do that and then start the video back up. Okay, so I got that one out. So here's the old shackle. Came off there, and you can see the difference in the new one and the old one there. So this is the new one, and in the picture they're showing the cup side, which is this side, going toward the leaf spring or toward the cab of the truck. So that's how it's gonna sit in there, like this, just like that. And then you're gonna redo the bottom of it. So yeah, what you're gonna want to do is hook this one up first on the highest setting, because you're trying to drop the truck. So you're gonna want to hook this one up with your new bolt that you bought from the hardware store, you know, and make sure it's grade 8 or something really, some good quality. Make sure, because these, you know, obviously are load bearing and stuff. Oh, here it is. So yeah, make sure that you use a good quality bolt and put that one in there. Hook the top one up first, and then you'll be able to lower your engine hoist in order to get the truck where it needs to be, or raise it, I guess, to be able to pull that bottom bolt into play, and then tighten them up and you'll be done. So I'll do that, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright, so I got my top bolt in there. Just pounded it through, put a washer on the back side of it, and then just loosely put the nut on there, because you still need to be able to pivot this to get it lined up. And here's where using the engine hoist is nice. So that is a little bit lower than the where it needs to line up, obviously. Now you just take your hoist and you jack it up a little bit. You pull your frame up to that hole, and then you just line it up. Like that. It makes installation really easy on these, using one of these. So then you just install your new bolt, and basically you're done. I think this is the better way to go. I mean, my overall installation time, you can see it's getting dark. It took me about, oh, I don't know, maybe an hour. I already had my truck bed off, so that helps, but you know, that took me about a half hour to do the other day. So all in all, if you guys have all the tools ready to go, you know, hour and a half to 2 hours would probably be a reasonable time to do this. Also, I don't know if I told you guys, these are, I think they're called a Belltech or something like that. drop shackles. Anyway, they're from Summit. They're like 50 bucks, so pretty easy way to lower your truck and whatnot. But once you guys put this bolt in there, it should be finished up, so I'll go ahead and do that. All right, so I mean, obviously, as I said before, it's getting dark, but as you guys can see, there's the finished product all tightened up, all torqued down and everything like that. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, even with the weight off of it, you can see, with the bed off of it, you can see it's quite a bit lower than what it was. Yeah, so I think it's gonna look good all in all, but probably way too dark for you guys to see. But yeah, I think that's the safer way to do it than, you know, trying to wedge jacks and stuff up on top of the leaf springs and a few other ways I've seen videos of guys trying to do it. And like I said, I mean, this is way faster than those ways. So if you have all the tools, you know, be sure you have a torch, you know, because those bolts don't come out of there. So go ahead and, you know, burn off those bushings and heat those bolts up so they loosen up once they cool down, and make sure you have an engine hoist, and yeah, you should be good to go. Put a little bit of lube on there and penetrating oil on the bolts, and they should come out if you guys pound on them for a while. So hope you guys liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you guys have any questions or anything, just let me know. And I got a lot of work left to do on this truck, so I'm sure I'll make some more videos. But anyway, take it easy, guys.